Hello, my name's Mel, welcome to my world, and for those of you that are new here, I live full time in this Mercedes Sprinter camper van, and occasionally I like to go treasure hunting. So if that's something that interests you, then please do consider subscribing to my channel. Now today's Wednesday, so this is Waffle on a Wednesday, where I answer your questions to the best of my ability. Now I'm going to start today with some positive comments. After all, we've had a lot of negativity in the past, so I'm going to try and keep this vlog as positive as possible. So for that reason, I'm going to start with a comment from Roger Perkin. Hi Mel, what camera and mic do you use? As your audio is always really good. Well, thank you, Roger, that's very kind of you to say. I have invested quite a considerable amount of money in my camera and my audio equipment that I'm currently using. It's taken me a few years, but I think I finally got the system that I'm happy with right now, and that is the Sony ZV-E10 and the Sony shotgun microphone, which I'm using right now. If you're interested on me doing a review of the video equipment that I've used over the years, then please do leave a comment in the comments section of this video. Would you like me to make a video about how I make my videos, what equipment I use, camera, microphone, lighting for instance? Is this something that interests you? If it is, then please do leave a comment in the comment section of this video, and I'll do my best to give it some thought on how I'm going to film such video, and hopefully I'll make that video as entertaining and as informative as I possibly can for all of you budding YouTubers out there. And now for a serious van life question, and this is from Stacey LaHarve. Hashtag waffle on a Wednesday. Hi Mel, quick question. We love a quick question. I've been living in my van full time now for the last few months. Twice I've been woken up by people trying to open my doors. What safety tips would you give a woman living alone in a van? Well, Stacey, first of all, congratulations on moving into your van. It's a really bold thing to do, especially for a single woman. I take my hat off to you. Well done, and welcome to van life. Now, to answer your question, I don't want to state the obvious and say choose carefully where you park. Use your intuition. Don't park in a dark hidden alleyway or an alleyway. Don't park in a side road somewhere. After all, that is probably the obvious thing not to do. But after giving it some thought, I would say try and make your van not stealthy, because I'm kind of changing my mind on this whole stealthy van camping theory, because after all, if you parked a plain white van down a dark side street somewhere, the chances are that van is going to become a target to would-be thieves. But if you parked a motorhome down a dark alley somewhere and it's obvious it's a motorhome, it's probably less likely to get broken into. After all, people that break into vans are looking for tools, they're looking for valuables that they can quickly sell and easily sell. So being a stealth camper has kind of got its benefits as far as parking tickets and parking fines are concerned, but the drawback is you are prone to becoming a victim of crime, because there are criminals out there that are looking to break into vans to steal tools. And I'm kind of coming around to thinking that if your van is blatantly a camper van, then thieves are less likely to target that van, especially if they know somebody's sleeping in it or they think somebody's sleeping in it. But saying that, if you're a single woman sleeping in a van, then try and make your van look as if it's occupied by a geezer, basically. Think about putting a high-vis jacket over the driver's seat, or even one of those hard hats on the dashboard. Make it look like a sort of a builder lives in that van, if you know what I mean. And also, Stacey, I don't know if you can get to your driver's seat from your bed. That's why I like to have a walk-through van, so that if I'm in bed and someone does start tampering with my van, I can quickly jump out of bed, jump straight into my driver's seat, put my keys in ignition and drive off. And that's another point. Make sure you're parked in such a manner that you can drive straight off. Don't drive into a space so you're facing like a hedge or a bush. Make sure your back doors are parked up against a bush or a hedge or a wall, and that the front of your van has clear exit out of the car park, just in case you do need to make a hasty exit. I do hope that kind of helps in some way. Just bear in mind, it really is about where you park. Try and park somewhere where it is quite lit, somewhere public, hide in plain sight as they say. Good luck out there and safe travels. Now last week I did an e-bike review and I've got to say I thoroughly enjoyed making that video. It was a right blast pedalling around on an e-bike, especially when I went up that hill. But a lot of people commented on that video saying I should have been wearing a crash helmet, and you're absolutely right. I should have wore a crash helmet, and I apologise wholeheartedly. I have since gone out and brought a crash helmet, so the next e-bike video that I make I will most definitely be wearing a crash helmet. And I do apologise sincerely to everyone or anyone that took offence of me riding that bike on the public road and not wearing a crash helmet. I do consider myself well and truly chastised and told off, so thank you. Now, whilst on the subject of e-bikes, it would appear that quite a few people, just like Neil T, kind of think the bike was illegal. I'll read this out. As others have said, this is very likely illegal for use on UK roads. I'd hate your followers to go out and buy one only to have it confiscated. Only pedal assist e-bikes are legal in the UK. And Patrick Light says, yes, totally illegal to ride this bike on the UK roads. Well, all those people that made that comment saying the Hemingway Cruiser is illegal to use on the UK roads were completely wrong. The Hemingway Cruiser is absolutely 100% legal to use on UK roads. The motor is 250 watts, and yes, it does have a throttle, but that throttle is purely for walking assistance or just to get you going if you are up a hill. That throttle will not propel the bike any faster than 5 kilometers an hour or 3.7 miles an hour. It is purely for walking assistance, and in that video I clearly say that. I'm glad that it's got walking assistance throttle as I was pushing the bike up the stairs next to Rebecca's house. So to all you people out there that think that bike was illegal, you're completely wrong. It is 100% UK road legal. So I hope that clears that up. Right. Now also this week I fitted flares to my van, and I've got to say it's probably the best upgrade I've done so far on Mary. Now that I've got those flares in my van, my bed is so much bigger, it's so much more comfortable, it is fantastic, and thank you to everyone for all your positive energy in the comment section of those videos. I did split those videos up into 3 parts because I had at least probably 4 or 5 hours of footage to edit, so that's why those videos were in 3 separate parts. It was a long week, I've got to say, but more than worth it. And some people did leave some questions about those flares, and the first one comes from Mike Ball. Good one, Mel, thank you, Mike. But are the windows really worth the hassle? Yes, Mike, absolutely, 100%. My little side windows are definitely worth the hassle of fitting them. I can tell you, on a hot sunny day I can open those windows, have my ceiling fan on, and I get such a nice cool breeze going over my bed. 100% worth it. But like so many other people pointed out, in the winter they do have a kind of downside because of the condensation, but the summertime and that nice cool breeze definitely more than makes up for that slight discomfort in the winter. Now, talking about comfort, Benny Stokes would like to know, why not just buy a 4-inch mattress? They are quite comfortable from my experience, but they are heavy than big foam mattresses. Yes, Benny, my mattress is quite heavy. After all, it is a foam mattress with a 2-inch latex cover on top, and yeah, it's quite heavy, but it is super comfortable, and it is over 8 inches deep. And the reason I have an 8-inch deep mattress is because it combats condensation. The deeper your mattress, the less likely you are to have condensation underneath, especially in the winter time. And my theory is, because if you've got a 4-inch mattress, your body heat transfers through the mattress, touches the cold surface that your mattress is on, and not only that, the moisture from your body can travel through the mattress and condensate on that cold surface between your mattress and the cold surface. That's why you get mould underneath a mattress. Whereas if you have a thicker mattress, your body heat doesn't transfer so far down into the mattress and get to the cold surface that your mattress is on, therefore reducing the risk of condensation between your mattress and the cold surface. thus eliminating the risk of any mould developing underneath your mattress. Ask anyone that lives full time in their van if they have a thin mattress and they suffer from mould underneath their mattress. I'll bet you most people with thin mattresses will get mould, whereas people with the thicker 8-inch mattresses will not develop any mould under their bed. And yes, I do speak from experience. And the downside of having a heavy mattress in your bed definitely outweighs the risk of having mould under your mattress in the winter time. I do hope that answers your question. Now, whilst on the subject of mattresses, let's have this week's Troll of the Week.
Troll of the Week.
Well, congratulations to Strawberry Road, for you are this week's Troll of the Week. Strawberry Road went on a bit of a rant this week. That's why I'm awarding them Troll of the Week. It's not particularly nasty, it's just a bit of a rant. Is this mould or just dirty? And I think they're referring to what was under my mattress when I lifted it up. No, 100% it was not mould. It was not dirt either. It was simply fluff. Yeah, I know, a little bit gross, but there again, I am a dirty van dweller and my mattress doesn't come out of my van that often. Actually, my mattress had been in my van for 3 years and never been removed, so therefore it did have a bit of dust under there, did have a bit of hair. Most of that hair was dog's hair, I've got to say. Maybe some of it was mine. After all, I'm considerably balder than I was when I first moved into this van. Maybe most of that hair was mine. Anyway, it wasn't mould, it wasn't dirt, it was just fluff. And then Strawberry Road goes on, and this is where the rant begins. Forgive me. If you lay that way, why do you have such a deep bed? Except for the storage underneath, and of course now that you have a partner, it's probably nice to fit too. Well, Strawberry Road, I think you just answered your own question there. But it's something like I have never understood. Why such a large sized bed in a van? Well, like I say, Strawberry Road, I think you answered that question yourself. The reason I've got a large bed is because I like to be comfortable, and also it offers me a lot of storage underneath said bed. Even in a large vehicle like yours, I would rather have fold down Murphy bed or just a single bed along one side, clearing up the other half for other things. Well, Strawberry Road, it is really down to personal preference. If you want a Murphy bed in your van, then that's fine, go ahead, fit a Murphy bed in your van. Me personally, I enjoy all the storage space that having a bigger bed provides me. After all, I'm a metal detectorist, I'm a scuba diver, I've got an e-bike under there as well. And sometimes, occasionally, I have a pedal board under there. It's a huge area which allows me to store a lot of stuff. And also, that's why I don't have a huge van. I have a medium wheelbase Sprinter, not a long wheelbase Sprinter, because I'm a medium wheelbase Sprinter. I can carry more weight in my van. I have a bigger payload capacity, if that makes any sense. No, it doesn't. It makes no sense. A smaller van, you can fit more in it. You can't fit more in it, but you can certainly put heavier stuff in it. Stuff like metal detecting equipment, scuba diving equipment. It all weighs quite a lot of weight, you know. But like I say, that's the whole point of building out your own van, because you can build it out to the way you want it and to the way you live your life. Speaking of which, do let me know if you live in your van full time, or are you the weekend warrior? I'd be curious to know. And thank you for taking the time to comment on last week's video, and congratulations on being this week's Troll of the Week. I do hope you don't take it to heart. After all, it is just a bit of fun. Now, talking about campervan conversions, Bob Horner would like to know, #waffle on a Wednesday. Hi Mel, wondered what your thoughts are on an LDV Maxis minibus as a possible campervan conversion. Do you think there are too many windows plus 2 sliding doors? Well, Bob, sounds like a great idea to me to convert one of those. As you know, I absolutely love LDV Maxises. I think they're a fantastic van. I had one, it was an absolute bargain, but I'll tell you what, it's probably one of the best and most reliable vans I've ever had. So don't be fooled by all those dobby doubters out there. An LDV Maxis, terrific van. But as far as windows are concerned, well, again, that's down to personal preference. The only downside with lots of windows, of course, is in the winter you're going to suffer with condensation from the glass, and in the summer it's going to be like living in a greenhouse. But they are issues that can be easily addressed, so don't let that put you off. And to have 2 sliding doors, that's terrific. I mean, you could have your kitchen along one side and an open door on the other, so when you open both doors, think of the ventilation you'll have. Plus, When you open this sliding door of your kitchen, you can give access to the back of your kitchen, access to your water containers, your gas bottle for instance, stuff like that. You can use them two sliding doors to your advantage. So would I recommend an LDV Maxis minibus as a camper van conversion? Absolutely, you go for it, as long as that van is in good condition. And that brings us on to our next question. And this question comes from Tommy Egan. Hashtag waffle on a Wednesday. Just bought my first van, ready to convert for full-time van life. Any advice on where to start, please? And thank you for your videos. Well, you're absolutely welcome, Tommy. Thank you for the great question. This is something that I get asked all the time. Where do I start? Where do you begin on converting your van? Well, I would say the very first thing you want to do is check that van is in tip-top mechanical condition. I would highly suggest taking it for a fresh MOT, getting a mechanic to look over it and then getting it serviced as well. Drive your van around for a couple of weeks before you even think about converting it, just to make sure your van is in tip-top condition before you start to invest all that time, money and effort into converting it into a camper van. After all, you don't want to invest thousands of pounds in a van if it's not a good van to begin with. And then once you're satisfied your van is in good enough condition to convert it into a camper, simply subscribe to my channel, go through all my old playlists, watch my videos on how to convert a van. I'm sure you'll be right. Now, sticking with van conversion questions, Amy B asks, well, she starts by saying, Mel, thanks for your videos, they are so informative. Thank you, Amy, you're very welcome. Can I ask how you insulated your floor? Wanted to save as much head height as possible. Okay for me, as I'm 5'3", but my partner is 6 foot. Thanks. Well, Amy, I simply use 15mm polystyrene supported by battens, and I glue those battens to the floor. In fact, I've made quite a few videos. Maybe consider watching this video up here. This will give you some idea of how I insulated my floor. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, then please do give us a thumbs up, and I'll see you very soon. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra for now.